Well, Mr. Childers requested an apple pie. So, I'm going to make an apple pie tonight. The first thing you have to do is peel your apples and core them, and then slice them. However, I can't find my core, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, I know some of you don't know how to peel. If you go to Walmart and get you one of these handy dandy peelers, this one is ergonomically right. And you just start at the top and just keep going around. And that's all there is to it. Just around and around you go. Okay. And you can also get you a core there that'll slice the apples too. And there you go. Now all these will not fit in this pie. So I'm leaving, if I have any left over, I'm just going to bake those. Alright, so what you have to do is you have to have your apples sliced. This is 3 tablespoons of flour, cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg, a stick of butter, a half a cup of brown sugar, and a half a cup of white sugar, and a 1/4 cup of water, and of course 2 pie shells. When you don't have a core and you are slicing your apples, just slice it off on each side. Okay. And then you want your apple slices to be around the same size. That way it cooks evenly. First thing we want to do is we want to melt the stick of butter. Okay. And in the saucepan. You want to melt the butter over medium heat. Now that the butter is melted, we put in the 3 tablespoons of flour. And we mix this up until it gets to like a paste. Just stir it really good. We'll start. Oh yeah, you can see how it's getting? Oh, that's looking nice. Very nice. Now we want to add a 1/4 cup of water. A half a cup of sugar, and yes, I used unbleached sugar. Okay. Then the brown sugar, half a cup. See, this is what it's supposed to start looking like. Okay. Then we're going to add a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon. I think that's about all I got left too. There we go. Okay. And then nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. There we go. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. mix all this up. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, I think I got all the ingredients in there. Yes. Dang, it smells good. I wish y'all could smell it. Bring it back up to a boil, which I just did, and take it off the burner. Set it to the side. I'm going to preheat the bottom crust for 10 minutes. It doesn't call for it, but in my experience, they're doughy if you don't pre-cook, I mean. Okay, so time cook, 10 minutes, start. There we go. And while that is doing its thing, the first crust is baking. I got a second crust here, and of course it fell apart again. And what I did is I put down some flour, okay, so it doesn't stick to the thing. And if you don't have a rolling pin, anything round like this will do. And just roll it out, because I'm going to do lattice on the top of my apple pie. So I'm going to cut strips. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody thinks it's got to be perfect. Could just do a patchwork like I did on my turkey pot pie. Well, see there, it'll stick if you don't have enough flour on it. Yeah, buddy. But it's like clay, so you can just stick it right back together. Pie crust, the first pie crust will be pre-baked here in just a few minutes. I went ahead and made strips out of my second pie crust, and I will be putting them lattice work across my pie. It doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody thinks it's got to be perfect. It will be fine. I'm going to take these apples and put them in this pot right here. We'll take a little bit of this and save it though. Save 1/4 cup of this liquid. Alright, there we go. That's enough right there. Okay. Now, let's take some of these apples, put them in the pot. Probably take about half of them. Okay. Stir this all around. Get everything all nice and coated. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Oh, the pie crust is done. As you can see, the pie crust is golden brown. I'm going to pour these apples in here with all the mixture. Oh yes, that's going to make for a nice pie. Now the fun part, laying the lattice work. Start at your widest angle here. Alright. Oh, you can crimp it a little bit. Just let mine go over the edge a little bit. Across here like so. And another piece across the middle. Alright, let's continue to put our pieces on. Oh, Right. See, that looks pretty good. Remember, I took a 1/4 cup of the liquid out? Well, I'm going to brush it on top of this pie crust. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Now, we will bake it for 20 minutes. Okay, cook time, 2-0, start. With the Nuwave oven, your crust, let's see here, okay, it gets really done around the edges. And so to keep them from the edges from overcooking, I take a piece of tin foil, put it on the bottom of it, and just crimp it around to protect the edge of the crust. And that way, this can get cooked, and this on the outside will be fine now. So let's put the lid back on her and cook her for another 20 minutes. So cook time, 2-0, start. Well, y'all, I believe this pie is done, and it didn't take no 20 more minutes. In fact, I have 8 more minutes left. And you know, the reason I do these cooking shows is not for those that are seasoned cooks. This is for those who are just starting out, really, okay? And they think that they have to be perfect at everything, that you have to follow every recipe to the T. Well, life is not like that, folks. So cooking is not going to be that way either. And I believe this is done. The crust is nice and crispy. It's not too overdone. And the apples are cooked through. So I'm calling this done. There you go. Nice, pretty apple pie. Look at that. You want to know what I did with the rest of these apples? I put some a couple of tablespoons of butter in here, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, sorry, let's see, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1/4 cup of white sugar. Mix it all up. Okay, get everything all coated. Put it in my pressure cooker and put a 1/2 cup of water in here with them. Put the lid on. Set the timer for veggies, fish, but I'm going to adjust it to 3 minutes. And there we'll have baked apples to cover the waffles for breakfast in the morning. Ooh. Are you happy that you finally got your homemade apple pie?
See, 1, 2, how many weeks?
Oh, stop.
Uno.
And I got him French vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Stop.
Good. Yeah, boy. Boys don't know what you're missing out there.
Mr. Childers is sitting here at the table doing his little Bitcoin thing. And look what I made him with those apples that I put in the pressure cooker. Doesn't that look awesome?
Let me sample it. Oh, good.